Greetings! It's Sleeve McQueen, Monica, here for my week 2 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy video. I just made one a second ago and had to stop in the middle because I said something I shouldn't have. That sounds really ominous. It was nothing. It was one of those things. I kind of ratted out somebody's real name. And then I went, oh, nope, gotta delete the whole thing. And because I'm working on my tablet, there's no real editing. It's got to be a one-shot wonder. So here we go. Stats-wise, this week I weigh 316.4 pounds. I haven't seen that number in a very long time, probably 10 years. That's 90 pounds lost total, 16.6 since surgery, and 6.4 for the week. That's really good. I'm very, very, very happy. When else in my life have I lost 16 pounds in 2 weeks? Never. 90 pounds in 8 months? Never. So very happy. That also puts me 10 pounds away from 100 pounds gone. That's insane. And only 16 pounds away from being in the 200s. In case you guys couldn't do simple math. I'm just excited. Okay, in SVs this week, I discovered that I can cross my legs man style, meaning I can put my right ankle on my left knee or my left ankle on my right knee. I did it casually while putting on shoes and didn't even register for a full 30 seconds, and it's literally an easy motion. There's no huffing and puffing. I don't have to use my other hand to lift my leg up onto my knee. That was super exciting, especially because maybe I could have done it before, or it just was so easy. It was crazy. I need a less wide stance when I'm sitting, especially driving, I've noticed. I don't have to have my thighs so far apart to accommodate my hanging belly. Hanging belly's still there, it's just squishier and less heavy, it's lighter. Driving with my thighs together feels very petite and ladylike, and I very much like it. Let's see. I worked in the yard all day Sunday, light yard work. I scrubbed patio furniture while sitting down and got a lot of the backyard tidied up, burned leaves, things like that. Felt fabulous the entire time. I have not made good use of my backyard, and if I, the adult in the house, am not out there making sure the yard is safe, it's not usable. Winter is hard. We get a lot of big logs, sticks. We have a lot of trees. The leaves are everywhere. I'm making the yard usable this year, and the 7-year-old is freaking out. He's so thrilled. I found the old sandbox and scrubbed it down. I'm going to buy sand on Friday, and it feels really good. We've used the fire pit 3 times in the past week and a half. One of my absolute favorite things is to sit out by a crackling campfire. Mine looks more like a campfire because of our woodsy yard. Thinking about building a patio on the back. Very ambitious. Lots of energy. This is the big one. Biggest NSV this week was prior to my parents leaving on, I don't remember which day. My parents lived here previously, so some people in the city wanted to catch up with them. Kim and her daughter, Princess Stephanopoulos, were over. My mom's former neighbor and my good friend Miss Susan was over, and then one of my sons wanted his girlfriend to come over. House full of people, multiple conversations going on, lots of movement and activity. This would have made me crazy in the past. Not only would it have made me crazy, well, it wouldn't have, because I wouldn't have allowed it. I would have freaked out. I would have been very nervous and irritable and angry. I avoided having people in my personal space, in my home. I would always feel very self-conscious, strange, like I wasn't good enough. But it was an anxiety thing, and I don't know if it was born out of the physical feelings of discomfort that I was always experiencing, or what it was all about. But this was so easy. It was wonderful having that many people in the house at one time. We all had a lot of conversation. There was a meal. And then we watched a movie together. And it was the calmest I have felt in a group of people in a very long time. Being in a group out in public or at someone's house or Chicago was a totally different experience, but in my own home, it always caused me extreme anxiety. My children have not been able to spontaneously have friends over. That's something sad. Now, my son always asks, can his girlfriend drop by and watch a movie? And it's like, yeah, sure, I don't care. That's an unexpected change. I didn't know that that was going to change for me. And it's benefiting everyone. And I'm loving it. Trying not to get emotional, stay upbeat, right? Let's see. NSBs, my non-scale bummers. Back pain. Oh my gosh, so much back pain. Mid back and low back, sometimes between my shoulders too. I attribute it to the shift in my center of gravity, rapid weight loss. My body's used to holding itself a particular way to support all my bits. And I do think some of it may be increased physical activity. I'm standing and walking and bending and twisting way more than I ever would. I am doing it appropriately based on my surgery restrictions, but I am still moving way more than I did even a month ago. But it is very bothersome. I'm not going to lie. My back hurts. Let's see, insomnia. I've had trouble with insomnia in my life before. It's a little bad right now. The surgeon's office said if it didn't get better to contact them and they would do something about it. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it has anything to do with my CPAP machine. Maybe that needs to be adjusted. It doesn't feel like it's related to my CPAP machine, but what do I know? And my loose boobs and my neck. Ah! Oh, my boobs. They've been shrinking, but in this last 2 weeks, when I put on a bra and I hike it up to adjust everything, there's some bending going on that shouldn't, some bending and folding. It's very strange. I actually have a mammogram next Monday, and I fear that it will spread out so far it'll fall off the sides of the testing plate that they mash it with. If it does, I'll let you know because it'll be just hysterical. And my neck, my poor neck. I've always felt like I had, youthfulness going on, but this is okay. But you won't be able to tell. There was a picture when I went to Cookies and Canvases at the library with my son. It's where we, those places where they have a main painting and everybody copies the painting and there's fun and laughter and camaraderie. The library got a grant to have that hosted for children, so we did paintings of Minions. Super fun. But I took a picture before of my son and I, a selfie with my arm extended in our little aprons. Great picture, beautiful smiles. And then later I noticed that there was this wrinkly bit in my neck in the picture that looked like crepe paper. And you know what? That's okay. I am going to just be a wrinkly necked, skinny girl. That's it for NSBs and NSVs. There's a million that happen every day, but those are the biggest ones. Okay, let's see. Even with the notepad, I'm almost at 10 minutes. I am averaging between 360 and 450 calories a day. Still haven't hit 500. I am getting my 60 grams of protein that my surgeon's office wants me to get, and I'm getting about 50 ounces of water. I'm supposed to be working towards 64. I'm going to get there. And I shouldn't say water, I should say fluid, because I am counting protein shakes, especially IsoPure. I'm not counting broths and things, so I might be getting 64 of fluid if I counted every single ounce that was in liquid form. But I do feel like I'm doing well. I'm hydrated. I'm urinating well. There's no dehydration here yet. I started vitamins today. I've been given a lot of freebies hand-me-downs, especially from Miss Stephanie Fat Doesn't Define Me, VSG. And they don't exactly match my surgeon's recommendations, so I'll have one of these and two of those and mixing and matching, but I do have to go purchase a B complex because that's one that my surgeon wants me to have that's not included in all the stuff that I've gathered and been given. I'll do that later today. They're okay. What I had today was chewables. They're sitting okay. They made my stomach talk a lot. Lots of gurgling and bubbling in there. My incisions look fabulous. I do have a knot under the biggest one, but from everything I've read, that's normal. It's just annoying. I got to start additional things like cream of wheat, Greek yogurt, pudding, and there's something else. Pudding, yogurt, hot cereal. Oh, cream soups. Loving the cream soups. I have a couple recommendations that I'll maybe throw out on Facebook or something. One of them was a gift from Miss Stephanopoulos, and delicious soup. Cream soup was like returning to life. Cream of wheat was like returning to childhood. Very happy girl. So, in conclusion, I'm going to throw out some shout outs. VSG Whoop! Sorry. I told you I had this precarious setup here. VSG Jenny, spelled with a G, VSGINNY, is new to YouTube. She's a friend of Finding Elizabeth. She's an Aussie transplant, an American living in Australia, and she's already lost 140 pounds. I loved her first video, and I can't wait to see more from her. Island Sneezer is someone who, I'm not sure how she found me or if I noticed her first on YouTube or my Fitness Pal. She's pre-op. She lives on an island somewhere. I haven't caught where. I'd love to know where. And she is pre-op. She's at the very beginning of the process. And I think we should all go and support her. Let's see. Stephanie from Fat Doesn't Define Me VSG hit 299. She is under 300 pounds for the first time in her adult life. That made me cry. I saw that on Facebook where she had taken a picture of the scale, and I literally burst into tears. And she's just precious to me. I don't know what it is about her that has just drawn me to her journey outside of, she was a high weight person, and she's done just phenomenally well. And I feel like everything she does, I'm going to be doing shortly after her. So to see her hit 299 made me, very excited because I know how close that is for me also. Nirvana from Pretty Losers had her band over bypass surgery this week. She's home. She's doing well. I think she is still experiencing more pain than she would like, but she seems to be in great spirits. She's making videos again. And Trisha Pretty from Pretty Losers sent me a t-shirt and a beautiful card this week. It says prettylosers.com, and on the back it says, "Hey girl, hey." That was just the sweetest surprise. I love it, and I do need to send her a thank you card. I feel, now that that's everything on the list, let me make sure. Yep, that's everything on the list. I feel great. I no longer have the bubble feeling in my chest. I'm able to take a little bit larger sips, so it's not as time consuming to drink my fluids. I've had one bout of nausea that was in the hospital with the liquid pain medication. I haven't taken pain medication in more than a week. Nothing has really upset my stomach. When I first started a little bit of extra things to my diet, the pudding, I overestimated how much pudding that I could have. And half of a pudding cup made me have to lay down for like 20 minutes. Couldn't handle it. I didn't throw up and I didn't feel nauseous. I felt like I had been to Thanksgiving dinner and gone back for seconds and thirds and fourths. It was miserable. And I'm sure it's because it was a thicker consistency. Like today when I had Greek yogurt, I actually watered it down a little bit and that sat much better. I can start purees on Friday. I'm very much looking forward to that. Remember I told you I had pureed my father would be upset if I called him my grandfather. My dad's red beans. Gonna have some of those on Friday, and make some of the recipes that have been going around the community. The only major thing that's kind of been weird is yesterday, which was the day after all the heavy duty, it wasn't heavy duty, but for I guess 2 weeks post-op, all of the outside yard work. I did light yard work, but I was on my feet a long time. Yesterday, the day after that, I was standing outside with my kids discussing plans for, building a patio because apparently I'm a superhero now. And both of my feet went numb, and they went numb rapidly. And it was a very heavy pins and needles feeling. That scared me. I shifted positions, stood on one foot, and then I said, okay, I'm going to have to go lay down. If this doesn't pass, I'm going to have to go to the hospital because this is very strange. So I went and laid down. It took about 20 minutes before the feeling fully came back. I have had problems with my sciatic nerve. My right thigh will go numb. That doesn't really bother me because it's not my feet, so I still have, full feeling and don't feel like I'm going to trip or anything. But I've never had my foot go numb except if you were sitting on it or something like that. I've never had it, and I've never had both at the same time. This makes me concerned in addition to the back pain. I'm worried that maybe I'm going to working on a pinched nerve as, fat is shifting and changing and I'm carrying myself differently. So I have a doctor's appointment for tomorrow. I suspect they might do an x-ray, might send me to some physical therapy or something like that. Something's got to give with the back pain though. I cannot believe that even with a notebook, I let this get to 17 minutes. I am so sorry. If you watched every bit of it, bless your heart. I love you guys, and I'll be back next week. Bye.